Hello, today is March 29th, 2026, and today is the 40th day of Lent. Made it to the end. This is the last day, and I very much have enjoyed this Lent season. I'm also ready for it to be over. In mostly like let's see, what am I most excited about bringing back? I think just like snacks, just being able to like eating one meal a day. I'm excited to not have to eat one meal a day, or yeah, um, but just the like not being able to just have a cookie. I don't even like sweets, but I just say that because today at we had lunch with the staff and there was cookies there, and just like at the coffee shop, sometimes they'll bring in, or there's always pastries and burritos and sausage rolls and things. And some days they'll come in, with fresh while I'm there, and I'm like, oh, that smells so good. I want to get that. Um, and even whenever it wasn't Lent, I never got it. But just not being able to get it, I'm excited to have the option to say no for a different reason. Uh, but snacks though, uh, and I think that's probably what I'm most excited. It's not even, yeah, like I said, it's not really even snacks themselves. It's just that whenever I have, a craving for a snack, I'm excited to be able to make that choice. I am gonna have a big root beer tomorrow. I'm gonna go see Project Hail Mary and get a large root beer to drink while I'm watching the movie. And that'll be my breaking of fast. And then I am excited to have chai or a latte because I've been only having either black tea or black coffee, which I do think was good. And now I'm like more acclimated to just having black coffee, but I'm excited to have a dirty chai tomorrow. And then I guess I'm also excited to not have to do this. I don't hate this, and I don't dread this. But this is doing a 30-minute video journal is taxing. And it's not just the 30 minutes of recording, it's like afterward I have to process it, upload it. So it's more like a 45 to 50 minute situation every day, on top of meditating for an hour every day, journaling for an hour every day. It's just taxing, which I knew it was going to be, and was kind of part of the point, is the endurance challenge of it all. And I have endured, did not miss a day in this 40 days of doing a 30-minute video journal or a written journal or meditating for an hour. And there were only 4 days that I cheated, if it broke fast on alcohol, and then I had a Sabbath. There was one day that for my Sabbath I had snacks, and one day for my Sabbath that I had 2 meals. But there was not a day within the 40 that I broke fast completely. As far as the 3 things that I added were there all 40 days. And the did not have soda, did not have alcohol except for my birthday days and St. Patrick's Day. I ate 2 meals on my birthday and one other day. It was also a Sabbath day, like the pleasure stacking of adding snacks. I only had 1 meal that day, and some I had some pickle slices, Nerds gummy clusters, and a little bag of chips. I did not have root beer the entire time. Did not watch YouTube the entire time. That was all the things, right? No YouTube, no soda, no alcohol, only 1 meal a day, no snacks. Yeah, that was everything. So other than the planned Sabbath days, it's the planned feast and Sabbath days, kept up with it all through this Mark Wahlberg's 40-day challenge. Inside joke. Well, it's not so much an inside joke, but it's an old joke, because not last year, but the year before, or was it last year, just not this year? I think it was last year. Mark Wahlberg was on the Today Show or Good Morning America or something, and on Ash Wednesday, with the ash on his forehead, and the headline at the bottom of the screen was Mark Wahlberg's 40-day challenge, which is just hilarious. To be honest, I don't want to be doing this right now because it is Sunday and I was on announcements. So, I had stage time twice, which I very much love and enjoy the privilege of being able to do that. But that is a bit taxing. And then right after second service, had lunch with the staff, and I have to do a little presentation story thing, which is taxing. And even more taxing than that is sitting at a table full of people and trying to make good conversation. So coming home today, I definitely don't want to talk more. I want to sit on the couch and watch the Japan F1 race, which I am almost certain I'm going to have to pause and nap for a minute. But I wanted to get this done before I rested, because I don't want to get all cozy and then eventually have to be like, okay, now I need to get up and do this journal. But this morning got up at 6:10. Actually was up before that for I don't know how long. It felt longer than 10 minutes, but woke up and was just there, and I laid there dozing-ish until my alarm went off at 6:10, got up, got ready, did my hour of meditation, and then went straight to the church, sat there as they were rehearsing, and did my journal page. And then, I did the announcements for both services, edited and posted the weekly podcast, and then did lunch with the staff, and then came straight here, and it is 2:24. So I'm a bit tired. I do know that this Lent season very much have the plan and determination to continue my morning routine of meditating, maybe not an hour every day, but meditating every day, and then journaling every day. And then I do think that this would be a great regular rhythm to have in my life. I'm not going to do it daily, but uh, I think weekly, if I could fit it in weekly, I think that would be an awesome rhythm. If it is less frequent than that and it's every couple weeks or once a month, I mean, anything's better than nothing. Like I would rather it be once a month than just not doing it. Uh, because I would love to have I would love to have these video journals um, in the archive into the future. I think this is a wonderful gift to my future self. It's not as wonderful of a gift to my future self as meditating every day, because that the fruit, the spiritual and physical fruit of that is very much a gift to the Cody of that present day and the Cody of every day that follows. Same with writing journaling. I think that's a practice that I would like to have in my daily rhythm. I think I'm not going to be so strict on it as I am during this 40-day Lent. And I probably won't journal on Sunday, but I could definitely journal days of the week, as it being like my first task of the day is to journal a page. And then maybe just take the weekend off or just Sunday off. I mean, kind of same with meditating, because I already have to get up early on Sunday, although meditating for an hour before I have to go do an important job of, Sunday morning, may be beneficial. It is beneficial. So we'll see on that. I'm just not gonna be dogmatic about it. It is a regular rhythm and practice that I want to. Everything that I've been doing for Lent is a regular rhythm and practice that I want to continue doing. But yeah, I think it's been a fruitful season. It's been a resting season. I think any time that I, can break rhythms and habits to make room for healthier things. It's like cutting out alcohol for 40 days means that I'm like less, less likely, less excited, less motivated to go hang out at the places that I hang out. I still have gone to Mercury Lounge a couple days a week, all during Lent, and having a Topo Chico and hanging out is, it's great and it's fun. But the, going to have a beer and, in the evening, just hits different than going to have a Topo Chico. And so I'm just like less motivated to go, which I think is good, to just like have different to travel different roads, there's like the well-beaten path or the dirt road with ruts carved into it, and if I stay in that rut too long, it gets really hard to get the car up and out of it. But having the great reset of Lent every year is, it's just an awesome rhythm, where, oh yeah, another, I just remembered, also not smoking any weed. It that's an irregular thing, so it just escaped my mind. But that was also a part of Lent and something that I didn't do. I I have had the thought, just that now that I'm on that train. I do want to sometime this week do a um, to smoke a little bit of weed and do a video journal, 30-minute or longer, and just like process the last 40 days, in that way. I find that cannabis opens my it helps me process in ways in different it helps me process in different ways, and also verbally express in different ways. And so I just want to experiment, and record that, just so it's it's part of the process. um, and also it helps me, uh, experiment. What am I trying to say? Evaluate. It helps me evaluate the um, how beneficial it is in my life, and whether it's something that I want to have as an irregular practice, or not, and all of those things. So, I mean, I basically already figured that out. Yeah, I already know the answers to. Um, I was processing that in the lead up, to this 40-day journey. So I've already figured that out, but I want to just have a post Lent, high journal, and see, where that is. Uh, Anyways, what was I saying before that? Yeah, just the great reset of Lent, um, just helping me to evaluate, process, reestablish, habits that I've, um, let go of, and bring them back so I can, be more disciplined, in those areas, and prove to myself, that I'm the one who makes the choices and am in control, and that, even though I enjoy, a beer in the evening, that the beer in the evening isn't controlling me. And the only way to know that is to be in control, and prove it to myself, versus doing something every day and be like, well, I'm only doing this because I'm in control, and I'm the one who, I could stop anytime I wanted to. The only way to prove that to myself is to stop anytime I want to. And Lent is a great, opportunity to do that. So, not watching YouTube, which I had let be a regular, addiction, even, and just taking a pause from that, and taking a pause from, yeah, all the things. And then the food is another, like, that is just a rep in self-control. I mean, food absolutely controls every single human. We are we are energy burning creatures, and we need fuel, and our biology is in part written to seek fuel, to continue living. And but because I have a conscious mind, I can tell my stomach, who's the boss. And it's not about control, but it is about self-control and having the self-knowledge that this is a thing and that it's happening, and I can make the conscious decision to give up or to sacrifice something that is so hard to give up, food, because it's food. It's the fuel of life. And to, every day for the last 40 days, I've been hungry. And hunger is something that we try to feel as little as possible. We set this calendar of lunch and dinner, and for some breakfast, and that calendar keeps it where we're never hungry. We're eating in a rhythm where hunger never really comes. And every day for the last 40 days, I've tried to, I've only eaten one meal a day, and most of the days I wait as long as possible to eat. And so I'm feeling the pain of hunger. I've been feeling the pain of hunger every single day. And so how I started this journal out of what I'm excited to have snacks, but I'm also excited to just go some days without the feeling of hunger. And it also makes me, just appreciative that I even have the privilege to fast. Most people, there's probably, I don't know if there's more people hungry than not, but there are billions of people within our 7 billion population. There is definitely a billion people who do not have the privilege of choosing to be hungry. They just are hungry, and they're hungrier than I was this entire 40 days. And so it gives me it makes me thankful, and the feeling of appreciation that I am even in the place where I am, that I have the privilege of choosing to be hungry. When so many people, that choice is made for them. And then also grateful on the other side of that I can choose to be hungry, because there's also an even larger middle section of people who they don't go hungry, but they have an inability to choose to be hungry. They have an inability. I know they could. I believe that they could, but they can't, or can't yet. So also thankful for that. Also thankful for just the experience that I've had over the last 40 days, that the fruit is in the doing, and that there were while I would have loved to have a major or a divine mystical encounter while I'm hungry and meditating, I also felt this morning as I was meditating of just uh, that too is a grace, that I'm not coming out of this 40 days with a recipe for, it's like the hardest part about a morning routine is not subjecting others to yours. And in that aspect of like, I did this Lent journey and I made the choice to do these things, and then since I did those things, I had an encounter with God, and I did encounter God, and I encounter God in every breath that I take. Um, but there was no tattoo moment in this last 40 days. And I think that that in itself is also um, a grace, so that it is the ends are the means are the end. Um, Sitting at the feet of Jesus for an hour in stillness is the purpose. Journaling is the purpose. Being hungry and having the self-control to choose to be hungry is the purpose. It's not a recipe for divine inspiration or mystical encounter. It's sowing seeds and also reaping harvest in itself. It in and of itself is a sowing and a reaping, and also a long-term sowing into things that I may never know, are a harvest that I may know, but not know that the seed that was planted was during this 40 days. Also, the attained, maybe that's not the right word, I'll just use it anyway. The attained spiritual joy through the practices of these 40 days is the reward. There's no reward more than spiritual joy. That pleasure is temporary and fleeting, and joy is eternal. And it is not that I have attained these things. It is not that I have earned spiritual joy. It is that by sitting with Christ, I find spiritual joy. Spiritual joy found me. There is nothing. My only participation is yes and amen. Trust. Trust is my participation. It is a collaborative effort, the spiritual life. It isn't I am chosen by God, but it takes me choosing God back. And so I am an active participant in saying yes and amen, but I'm not earning anything. There's nothing to earn. I'm resting in what is freely given and saying yes and amen. Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for all that you've done, all that you're doing, and all that you will do.